Let's get the Uneven Base desk unboxed. But before we do that, I need a little bit of help from a friend that I have in the studio. Banjo, come over here. We have Banjo here today. My little puppy dog, he's gonna help us get this desk unboxed. Full disclosure, we definitely didn't unbox this for short form content before. I've yet to find a desk PC case that actually is cool and functional and makes sense. There's always the super gaudy ones that are custom builds that are obviously, they're gonna be cool, but the idea with the Uneven Base is set up and tear down that's quick. So like esports events, schools, colleges, even instances where you just need a desk that's somewhat portable. They tout it as being a portable desk. There's no handle on it. So what are we talking about in terms of portable? Maybe some different definitions there. The idea is that it folds up in a minute or less. We're going to do a full build in this, but first I wanna talk about the exterior. The exterior is pretty nice. It's like a car interior almost. It's also a no slip as well. So as you have your keyboard mouse set up on here, the idea is that it's gonna grip and not slide around. Especially important if it's being used in those esports instances where you wanna make sure that everything is good to go so you can get super quacked, get all quacked out. Let's get this thing open. Look at the inside, beautiful. So when we talk about portability with this desk, everything has to fold up and be self-contained within here, not just the PC itself. Things like your keyboard, mouse, there's spots for that as well. As you go in between events or wherever you're taking this desk, you can actually just fold up your keyboard, mouse, also your monitor as well, up to a 27-inch monitor. They have an arm, so you can just mount it here and then it folds up just like that. So once we get the desk closed here, got the monitor arm. Sorry, I might botch this a little bit. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So you got your monitor here that you would be able to mount, put your keyboard, mouse here, and then you can obviously kind of see in here all of your components for your build. That's kind of cool. I like that. It has a little track here, so you can kind of pull it back, and then when you're ready to go, it just folds right up. Power supply in this is going to be an SFX, and then for the motherboard, it's going to be MATX or ITX motherboard. Ports, one USB-C. We've also got some USB 3, USB 2, all the good stuff in there. So once we get all the components in here, it should weigh somewhere around 60 pounds with nothing in it as it stands right now. Stands, desk. It's 40 pounds. So about 60 pounds fully built. We'll see how that clocks in with the particular components we choose to use in here. I also really like the soft fabric material in here. When you're talking about folding up, especially a monitor and a screen, keyboard, mouse, you're putting peripherals in here, you don't want them to get scratched up and dented. So they really went to the trouble of making sure that the inside was lined with this nice material to keep all your stuff from getting all scuffed and disgusting. Kind of want to talk about the height of the table. We haven't actually pulled the legs out here. This may be a good practice to do and just, I don't know if I'll botch this or not, but you have Velcro straps holding these in place for when you do travel with the desk, provided that that's what it's intended for, is travel. Height adjustable as well, like I mentioned. You've got these support, and this just kind of clips in here. And then you got your desk, right? Just flip it up. Wow, Zach, you're so strong. Zach, I'm so impressed by how strong you are. You really lifted that desk up like it was nothing. You can also kind of see under here, got, oh, this is a handle actually. Ooh, I think that's what it is. Perfect for my hand, that's great. I like that. Also on the side here, you've got additional airflow, and then the back is just super airflow. The nice Uneven logo. I hope that lights up, that'd be dope. You have your Ethernet and your power. Let's talk about some of the components and restrictions that Uneven talks about on their website. I wanna roll through these real quick. We'll get the dog away from the camera guy. Come here, he's licking his pants, disgusting. What would the Finnish think? CPU cooler, this is interesting. A max height of 69 millimeters or 2.7 feet. Maybe something got lost in translation there with the Finnish. We've got a liquid cooler max size, a 360 millimeter in this, which is interesting. Stop. We got this wrong. We didn't get it wrong. Producer Tanner got it wrong. Say sorry, Tanner.
Sorry.
It's not a 360. It's a max of a 240 radiator in this desk. Now back to your original programming. Say sorry again, Tanner.
Sorry.
Start crying. And then this is kind of cool, so check this out. 3-fan card they're recommending. I don't know if that's a recommendation or a, hey, you may want to do this, like, definitely get a 3-fan card. We're gonna go with it. Overall, I mean, it looks pretty spacious in there. I do like that they went with the SFX and some of those other components. Just size-wise, obviously you're also accounting for this, putting the monitor in here and your keyboard and all that. So the more space, the better. Totally understand. I'd love to test how long it actually takes to fold it up. What are we looking at in terms of setup and takedown realistically? In terms of the components that we use inside, gotta go with something that's gonna work for an esports environment. I would imagine 4070 Super and above. I don't know what the boys are gonna pick. We'll find out, see what components they go with. I know you guys are gonna want like a 4090. I don't know, is that realistic? We'll find out. Let's get into it, get this system built, the uneven base desk, and then when we come back, we'll take a look at performance and see how it does. It's almost like this thing just magically got built. And boy, do we have some thoughts. But first, I think it's important to talk about the temperatures because that's something we harped on at the beginning of the video. 90 degrees on the CPU, which, I mean, that's a little toasty. We were talking about GPU of max 90 degrees as well. Not ideal. Again, those are max temps that we were able to achieve. And just to go over the parts that we use in this, i5 14600KF for the processor, and then we have the 7900 XTX on the GPU side of things. Let's get this thing open. I want to show you a couple notes. On the GPU side of things, we wanted to see how big of a card we could go with in here. It didn't pass the 4090 test. So if you want to get a 4090 in this, you're out of luck. It just is not going to support a card that's that big. So in terms of mounting, that is where things get a little dicey. There's actually nothing holding and supporting the GPU in place. It's slotted in back here like you normally would, screwed in, but there's nothing really holding it. So when we talk about portability for a desk like this, I would definitely be a little concerned about hitting some bumps in the road. The GPU's kind of moving around. That's something you never want to see. You can see on the inside of the desk, they went to great lengths. What's the best way to get both sides open? Producer Tanner. Are you still recording this? All right, now all the guts are visible. We could see everything going on. Initially, I was like, okay, this is nice. And as we dug into it more, there's a couple drawbacks. Number one, on this side, there is a lip inside where you could have, tucked this in and actually made it a little bit cleaner. Dollars on a desk like this, you want it to be obviously really, really neatly put together. And my one big question though, and concern really, is when it comes to this monitor and actually store it, pull it back like this. I hope I don't break this. So here's how you store this monitor. I've run through it 3 times now. This is my 3rd time an attempt. So now there's no excuse. You pull this back, lower it, flip it. Can we do it? Can we do it? Oh, beautiful. Now, one thing that seems like a no-brainer to me is opposite of the screen, it's just the plastic. There's no like felt or a microfiber material or something like that. Tanner's cringing right now. It's like, please, no, don't kill the monitor. That would make me cringe every time I fold it up. So I'm sure there's a good solution for that just to keep your monitor from getting scratched. On the side of the desk here is a power cord. This single power cord runs into a splitter that then powers the monitor and then the power supply for the system. And so to access that splitter, you have to take this shell off, lift up the upholstery or the whatever you've got here, and then run the cable for the power to that. So it's not intuitive. There's no instructions for it. In fact, we had to look at a Linus live stream video where he was looking at this desk to figure out how he did it. Not the most intuitive build. It's a little bit more advanced. If you do like a desk like this, I would go with a PC builder like Meta PCs. Just kind of going back to the internals here for a quick second. We talked about form factor. We went with MATX and we wish we went with ITX just because, as you can see, the routing of the cables, it's clean. It took a lot of time to get it that clean. It would have been much easier with an ITX motherboard. The manufacturer of this desk recommended a 3-fan GPU card, which I thought was interesting. With max temps getting up to that 90 degrees area, I couldn't imagine not using a 3-fan card in this case. So 3-fan card is basically a must, in my opinion, and in the opinion of Uneven, who makes the freaking desk. I do want to go over some cool features that we didn't touch on at the beginning of the video. So obviously we've got the keyboard storage here, which is all very nice, but underneath that, the ability to plug in a external SATA drive, which is nice. So if you have like a game drive or you need to quickly be able to install some stuff for like a tournament, which I think this desk was meant more for the esports and tournament scene, to be completely transparent. Forward thinking, I can understand why they went that direction. Makes a lot of sense. I dig it. You guys ready to take a test? Uneven had mentioned that it takes a minute or less to break this desk down and get it ready for transport. We got Kyle in here. Hello, Kyle.
Hey, what's up? I didn't realize you guys were actually filming, so...
Yeah, you're in a long form video now.
Oh, what do you think of this?
I love it. Let's get a timer going, Omar. Minute to break this down. Starting.
Go.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Turn it off. Hold the power button. You're never supposed to do this, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Okay. Just down. That. Ladies and gentlemen, I understand why they have a microfiber cloth for this now. Look at this monitor and all of the handprints on it. Full disclosure, I did have barbecue for lunch, so we're extra sticky up in here today. Okay, push down, awesome. Good to go, good to go. Unplug the power cord. Flipsy daisies. Please don't break. Okay. This thing. Hold on, how does this work? Okay. Like this. This. Fold up. Fold up. Okay, we got the leg. Legs down. I feel like I'm doing pretty good. How we doing, Tanner?
Good.
Good? Yeah. I'm using my feet. Okay. Okay. And we're off. Okay, so we've got it broken down. Now the idea is you use this carry handle and can take it to your stepdad's house. Not the lightest thing. Does this look portable? No? Imagine me in the TSA line, ready to travel with my travel PC. Follow me. Just carry my laptop, don't mind me. So it's not exactly portable. There you have it. The UNEVN BASE desk PC, fully portable. I got some customers in here, they got to see a show. Let's talk about the price of this desk, because I know you're all wondering how much this costs just to get the desk. And I have some great news. We talked to Uneven. It was originally $12.99. We got them to drop the price $9 just for this video. I'm just kidding. Well, it's $12.90. So $12.90 plus tax and shipping and whatever. So by the time you're done, I would imagine what? $1,400 bucks, somewhere in that range. I mean, you do the math, go to the site, check it out. Just for the desk itself, and then you got to talk about the components. You're almost in like $40.90 land. You could almost buy, I mean, you could. As producer Tanner said, you could get a 4080 Super for the price of this desk. So you're gonna want to be very judicious in choosing the components to desk ratio. Final thoughts. I think the application for this is esports, schools, organizations. So when we talk about portability, are you bringing it as carry-on on a plane? No. In fact, I don't think they'll let you. If you were in like an institution that needed to quickly move stuff or set something up for like a tournament, I could see that being a little more reasonable. I don't think this is like meant for travel in the traditional sense. There's a lot of things that I like about it. I think they're like headed in the right direction, and correct me if I'm wrong, producer Tanner would know. Is this the, yeah, he's shaking his head. So this is the first iteration of this desk. New versions, I would assume, and taking into account some of the feedback that they're getting from their customers, which you love to see. I do like the RGB around here. You gotta have a little RGB if you're gonna make a case. I do like that you can see the components through the desk. That's kind of a trademark of desk PCs, is this ability to actually see your components in there. It's very cool. I like the material of the desk. I think that's fantastic. You could use this as a freaking mouse pad if you wanted to. I think it's a good first shot. There are definitely some drawbacks that we talked about as well, but I'm curious what you think. And now that we've gone through this entire thing, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments about not just this desk, but also if you'd like us to check out some other cases or different tech, let me know down in the comments. Just commenting and saying what's up helps a lot. Hit the like button as well if you enjoyed the content, and subscribe and all that other stuff you're supposed to tell people. We'll see you next time on the channel. Love you so much.